Hey everyone, Maze here, and I am back to casting. Here we are again with StarCraft 2. We are on a Lost Temple match, and it is going to be a TVZ. And the players are going to be Junny and the Little One. Now, in case you guys don't know this already, the Little One is pretty much playing Zerg only. He used to play random, and then he played Terran for a while, and now I think he's sticking to Zerg. And I actually prefer TLO in the random days. I love the fact that there was a random pro player. I thought that was so cool. But apparently he really sucked at Protoss when it came to tournament matches. His win ratio was abysmal. I think it was below 10% or something. So I mean, I'm sure he could kick my ass with Protoss because he's TLO, but in terms of professional matches, he just wasn't cutting it. So I think for now he is sticking with Zerg. So here we are right now. The OL is scouting, and I don't think that Junny was able to see that. If you bring your Overlord just outside of the base, you can actually move it before the player has a chance to see it. So I think TLO is being very careful right now. He has scouted out this base for sure. That's why he's moving over to this position. So he's going to be able to see where that barracks and supply depot placement is going to be, which is crucial if he decides to go for an early push. Might we see a Baneling play busting in on that supply depot? That's very possible. What we've seen a lot of Terran players do recently is make their barracks and their factory down here to make it more difficult for Baneling busting. So we might actually see that try to choose Zerg strategy come in on this game, but it's a bit early to tell right now. Let's take a look at what TLO is doing. He is getting that spawning pool up. He is most likely going to go for this expansion, which is very typical on this map. And we see that Junny has not yet scouted where TLO is. So TLO does have that initial advantage, so he is going to be able to play around that. Zerg being a very reactive race, probably the most reactive race out of the other three, or out of the three total. So he is going to be able to get the hatchery down safely. He is actually producing a couple of Zerglings, so he might be going for some kind of harass, some kind of push. But there is that tech lab coming up right now, so there is going to be a Marauder pumping out of there soon enough. Junny right now does have one refinery, so it's a bit early to tell what he is going to get in terms of tech. He might be going for a fast Hellion push, but really it's very difficult to tell at this time. He's actually going for a Reaper, so Reapers are coming out. We are going to see a Reaper play, and I think that Junny has scouted where TLO is. Yes, he has. That is his movement, not mine. So he has scouted where TLO is. He does see that hatchery has come down. Not really that big of a surprise for him. And now these Zerglings are coming up. They are going to be able to pick up that Xel'Naga Watchtower, but not sure what these Zerglings are really doing. They are probably going to try to get some more scouting information on Junny. Junny actually vying for a fast expansion as well, which I think is a good choice against Zerg, because really if a Zerg player can contain you and they have that 2-base advantage for a lot longer than you have, then it's going to be just that much more difficult the longer the game goes on to push through and secure an expansion. So it looks like that Junny is going for a smart move right here and trying to get that early. And he's actually moving across right now with this Reaper. We see that Stim is on the way as well, so we are probably going to see a infantry heavy build from Junny this game. And he is going here. There are no drones yet for TLO. He is just making overlords here right now, so he actually was worried about a Reaper push. So that queen is here right now. He is going to be able to play defense. There's a queen here as well. So actually drones coming in right now, and TLO was able to microwave pretty well, not losing any drones as of yet, but these queens are just so damn slow off of the creep, and he is going to be able to get this Reaper. Is jumping out on the cliff. 2 queens right now. I really don't think there's a lot this Reaper harass can do except for potentially scout, and Junny was really only able to see a spawning pool. I think that's what he is probably expecting from TLO at this point, but if he was hoping to see a Roach Warren, he did not see it, and TLO is not building one anyway, so let's take a look at what Junny is doing here. He's got the 3 reactors, so of course, like I said, we are going to be seeing an infantry heavy play, but notice that he does have 2 reactors on here, so he's actually going to be going a marine heavy play. So it would be best for TLO to probably start pumping some Banelings right now. We do see that he is morphing his lair, as well as getting a second extractor, so he might be going into mutas. I do not see a Baneling nest coming in just yet. TLO is now scouting out this position. He does see that 3 Marines are on the low ground, so he's probably anticipating that this expansion is about to happen. 1 Overlord here. TLO, you sneaky little dog. He is just chilling here in enemy territory, looking at all these SCVs. And there are SCVs coming in right now to saturate this base as well. TLO getting a little bit of static defense. There really isn't that much in production. In terms of economy, TLO has been up for a little bit, but he did get that hatchery. He did get the hatchery much faster than Junny did, but that surely is going to even itself out, and Junny will probably be ahead with that mule economy. So I think Junny is going to be going for an early push, and that Overlord, sadly, is going to just splatter his guts all over that Vespian Geyser. I think Junny is going to be going for an early push. He does have that stim. He does have the combat shield. I really like this play right now. It's a bit risky in case TLO does get Banelings, but like I said, we don't see that coming in just yet. He's actually going for Spire. So what this is going to be doing for TLO is that he is going to have great mobility on the map, while there is this dangerous Marine Force, which is not that great for TLO if he goes head-to-head against a huge Marine blob. Marines en masse against mutas, it's not that great to go against. But TLO is going to have that movement. He is going to be able to harass. He's going to be able to harass back here. And if he needs to, he can bring his mutas back to support his Zerglings and his static D against the Marine push. So I think Junny is a little bit scared of that right now. He doesn't want to push out. This is actually the perfect time for Junny to push out. I don't think he should be this defensive. He should realize that Zerg Tier 2 tech is coming soon, and he should take this push advantage while he has it. He's already exposed his hand. TLO knows that there are mass Marines from Junny. He should be just going in for it, because he played his hand already. He showed his cards. I'm not sure what Junny is doing. He is, I guess, trying to play a little bit safe, but I honestly don't think this is the best move. We see that a starport is on the way, as well as a factory with a tech lab. So might we see Infernal Pre-Igniter? We still have yet to see. Might we be going for a Raven on the starport and ignoring the factory units altogether? That's also very possible. Right now in production for TLO, there are 9 Mutalisks in production, so he is going to have a huge strike force. These Marines are going to have to use their stim as well as 10 of their life to try and get to defensive position fast enough. We see that Junny is getting turrets. Very smart. Whenever you see a player getting Mutalisks, it's always crucial to get static D, especially if you have a slow-moving army like this. Even with Blink Stalkers, a couple of cannons in your mineral line against Mutalisks is crucial. Here are a couple Zerglings moving out right now, so TLO does see that Junny's Marine ball is coming in, and he is able to get tons of Zergling kills right here. TLO was apparently not looking at this position right here, so Junny is now going to be able to move in. I think this is what he should have done a long time ago, but he is still in a pretty decent position. There's only one Spinecrawler on this map. What is TLO going to do against this? There are Mutalisks flying back in, defending against his position. Like I said, if he needs to, he does have that great mobility. He is going to be able to move back and defend, but TLO is going to go for the harass instead and keep Junny on his toes. This slow-moving army does not have as much mobility as TLO's Mutalisks. TLO realizes that, and he is exploiting that fact, able to pick off quite a few SCVs there. And Junny is actually moving back right now. I don't get this.